So good, so well balanced. The Washington Mystics, although they are without key pieces, it'll be Breanna Stewart, Myisha Hines-Allen to jump it up, and Seattle control.
Getting Seattle in their rotations. Leilani Mitchell was open for a three. You cannot pass that up. Seattle's too good of a defensive team. You're not going to get too many open looks. It's been impressive so far early in this season.
I remember even talking to Liberty coach Walt Hopkins before the start of the season. Aerial Powers hoists and hits.
Three-point shot, but then she is so explosive off the bounce, going either direction.
Seattle turns it over. Hines-Allen finding Atkins, a three.
It does on the offensive end. It revolves around their ability to make three-point shots. We saw that from them a season ago. Aerial Powers just walking it up with the shot clock going down, and then the drive and kick.
One of the few members of the Storm who has gotten off to a little bit of a slow start to begin this season. The long two is good.
Represent ourselves. I mean, end of the day, we're all still professional athletes, but we knew, like, with people missing.
Seattle ends that 12-0 run there from Washington. But, Rebecca, I think once we saw, no Elena Deladon, no Natasha Cloud, Tina Charles isn't playing.
You know, a lot of people still wondering if Elena Deladon's going to play, and he told me today, we have no plans for Elena to play.
They're really struggling to find a way to get their shots to drop, putting different players in the lineup right now, but these are shots that we've seen.
Powers has shined through the first two games as well. Good find here to Atkins on a three. Finding Russell, her jumper a little too strong. Canada feisty on the glass, able to keep it alive for Seattle. Clark connects on the... Stewart gets the switch. Center of the lane, good dig there by Atkins. First.
Well, Stewart's shown that she can be a problem if she catches and has too much space to maneuver. So what do you see? Two players come in.
Canada and Langhorne on the floor. Mercedes Russell.
Pressure you from the time you catch it on the inbounds all the way down the floor.
Was all defensive first team last.
You know, Breanna Taylor's case, the same thing we got to focus on her on the scouting report. So that's the same thing we got to figure out in the game.
For the start of this season, for them to look as sharp as they have through these first three games, I mean, their offense is.
What it was going to look like, he said about 10 days before we got here. It's remarkable what he has done.
Canada threw it a little behind Whitcomb. And so now Washington back on D as Sammy Whitcomb lays it in. Emma Miesemann, Myisha Hines-Allen, Shea Petty, Essence Carson, Kiera. The smart way Sue moves off the ball in addition to her shooting off the ball. Miesemann dishes to the corner, another three.
To have a post player who can do this, I mean, assess the floor, see that Sammy Whitcomb has left your shooter wide open on the left.
Denial from Stewart, but Leslie able to flag it back down for Washington. 5 to shoot. Essence Carson will fire away, and it's hit.
What a bonus if you can get 2 for 2 from the perimeter from Essence Carson. It's on the defensive end of the floor. You just have to hope at some point that they're going to stop.
59% from three. Seattle just 2 of 10. Good delivery. Miesemann into Carson. Here's Lloyd. Howard kept her foot down, takes the runner instead. Stewart squeezes it to Howard, who juggled it.
When you are there, so anytime Howard can get out in transition, make a shot like that, improves her confidence as well.
Leilani Mitchell, wow, does she fit with this Washington offense?
Yeah, how good. You know, Mike Tebow had his eye on her in the offseason.
Last year's Defensive Player of the Year. Here is Mitchell. 4 to shoot. What a find from Mitchell, and rebound Powers. The Washington lead is 16. Another good find and another easy. Natasha Cloud, so many of these women when it comes to social justice, and the support from Kyrie Irving.
WNBA games.
I think so. She is locked in the wobble with Sue. 3 short, going for the 2 for 1. Here's Stewart pushing. Look out. There's Leilani Mitchell coming up with a steal. About a 1 second difference game in shot clock. Powers trying to push, and Miesemann ends up with a bunny.
Both said our ball gets stuck sometimes. Seattle likes to help off of people, and when we don't move the ball, we're not taking advantage of that.
And we'll see what kind of adjustments Gary Kloppenberg will have here in the second half defensively.
Bird connects on it. Miesemann will take from the mid-range and hit, even though she has not done as much scoring thus far tonight, as Miesemann comes up with a steal. Miesemann pushing, lobbing, Hines Allen lays. Teams met in the 2018 finals. But Washington did not have Emma Miesemann as Powers hit. Meanwhile, last year, Seattle didn't have Sue Bird or Brianna Stewart to try and defend their title as Washington won. Fingertip the rebound over to Bird. Bird had it poked away, wanted a whistle, didn't get it, and now Washington does come up with a steal. Hines Allen able to gather and finish. And then the playoff format that we've become accustomed to over the last few years. 8 teams making the playoffs.
Always find me in the pool, Holly. And then other than that, you know, just kind of taking it one
day. Nutritional geneticist that comes up with a very specific eating plan for her. And
yeah, no doubt, Holly. You're going to see some of those nights. I know Sue got into the Peloton during the quarantine period as well.
Too is almost every coach coming into the start of the season talked about the importance of, you know, trying to limit your starters. Nice take by Brandon.
That has finals aspirations. I mean, your road is just so much easier if you can get one of those.
Potential, isn't she?
Gary Kloppenberg told us she has incredible hands, and she has looked so comfortable in the minutes she's gotten over
More
these
positions on the defensive end.
Hook from behind by Mitchell. Trying to flag it down. She does in the corner. Finds Hines Allen, who's
out on the perimeter, not realizing Hines Allen was running the floor.
Washington a 15-2 edge and points off turnover. One of the other things that Gary Kloppenberg told us about Ezzie Magbagor was that she is unbelievably coachable. Stewart jumper short. She follows it up, can't finish. The third time is the charm.
Different things at you, it makes you turn the ball over.
And as a result, Seattle, without a fast break point yet, she won twice the WNBA Betty Watson Youth.
He wanted my opinion as a professional athlete on how to deal with some of the ups and downs. So he's starting his NFL training camp. Here she is in the wubble, pretty athletic.
Good delivery inside from Whitcomb.
Like we are, all right?
Washington's success is based on moving the ball side to side, in particular against
one run. The defensive pressure completely different from Seattle now as Hines Allen wide open. Canada 3, in and out. Langhorne keeps it alive and lays it in. 7 to shoot. Atkins in the corner, connects, plus the foul.
Inbound play to your post player, and they just hand the ball back to the inbounder. Prince gets too close. Ariel Atkins drains it. Here, coming in from out of bounds, it's a tough guard right there. You get stuck not only on the offensive player, but Prince got stuck.
Here's Atkins, who had some bright moments against Seattle in the finals 2 years ago. Good cut there by Magbagor, the spin and the finish. So it's Coach Lobo approved.
I was so intrigued. He said, I probably watched her play or practice more than 12
3 games, and you think, okay, you know what? There is a lot of talent here. So it's Vegas. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. I shouldn't say Indiana in Dallas. They're in Bradenton, Florida. That's what they are. It's just Dallas is the home.
Injured her back. That's a player who was going to be a regular starter for them. A team that...
Marianne Stanley was part of that Washington staff that won a championship a season ago. There's Coates. The unorthodox delivery could not finish. At 3.
From your memory and get ready to go again. But certainly Seattle not looking like the team...
Seattle opened with 2 convincing victories as Canada. Sparks, that should be a good one, a rematch of the semifinals a season ago. You know LA is going to want some revenge after the way Connecticut walloped them last season. Here today, it was all Washington. 284 points now through their first 3 games.